Welcome everybody to a more calming, meditational episode of a Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord developer blog. I think we all just need to sit back and relax and just enjoy the information we have about this game instead of stressing about it's not coming out in 2018, when it's going to come out, or where they are in development. Instead, we should just appreciate what we have and go on with our lives. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's episode of Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord developer blog. In this developer blog, we'll be talking about the persuasion system. While fighting and conquering is something that you probably will be doing a lot of throughout the game, there's also things that don't involve chopping off people's heads, and that is talking. Now, this is a strange concept that was only invented in the medieval period, but talking is actually quite useful when it comes to getting what you want, and this is where we're going into the persuasion system. You can do things such as plotting to usurp a king or a lord throughout Carvadia, no matter the faction. You can even organise a marriage between peoples, or even talk people down from what could be a bitter end or maybe a bloody war in the future. There's a lot of different NPCs that all have their own AI that you'll have to approach very differently. For example, there might be a very honourable lord that takes honour above anything else, and even money or bribing will not be anything that can sway them because honour is at the top of their list. Or maybe you haven't convinced them enough of your skills and power. Maybe your renown isn't high enough. Why would they follow you if they think themselves are stronger, or whoever they are following at the moment to be stronger? But while money and being rich and renown is something that you really want to be looking at, personality and of course reputation comes into play throughout Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord and how you actually go throughout playing it. Yes, you can get your renown up by killing people, by conquering, and people will fear you, but you always want to be feared. Some of the most powerful people in the world have ruled by fear, but they've always crumbled down at the end. Your personality will come into play. Whether you're kind, whether you're generous to people and NPCs throughout the world, maybe you're doing a favour for them, maybe not the smaller stuff like in Warband, like collecting cattle or delivering letters, but maybe there's other bigger things. Maybe if you fight alongside a lord, they're more likely to do a favour for you in the future. Likewise, if you stick with a lord or a faction, or even just your own people for a while, and you show people that you have honour and that you're not sort of a scummy bandit that is just going to take advantage of everyone, people are more likely to actually do what you say and listen to you. Now, the NPCs also come into this because they have their own personality and AI that will play a major role in Mountain Blade. Let's say you're wanting someone to deliver something for you, or ask another lord a favour. If you go to someone who is a warrior who's renowned in the land for being vicious and tough and conquering, they're not going to be doing these menial tasks for you. Maybe you'll have to go someone that is a bit more timid and less renowned, that you feel like you have more power over. But on the other hand, maybe you want to be married, but you want to show that you can handle yourself throughout the world. So no one's going to want to marry someone that is weak and doesn't know what they're doing. So this is a sort of reputation you have to think about no matter what you're doing, whether it's getting a favour of someone or even asking them to marry you. Furthermore, it's not just your reputation and generosity and personality. Other things come into it, such as the skills and the perks you can get throughout the game. Things like charm. This will help you guess an NPC's motivation, so you'll be able to decide what you say to them in order to appeal to them. And of course, charisma, which we all know from Warband, which will help you inspire a person. If they see you're a charismatic general or leader, they're more likely to follow you. Furthermore, your army comes into it as well, making sure that you have a good army at your back to show your power and to show your success throughout the world. And of course, you can be a bit sly in there as well. Maybe you'll be able to predict what people want, get round their tough side, to get into their vulnerabilities in order to persuade them in order to do something for you. And even a bit of manipulation. The example given in the developer blog is maybe you can remind the countess that the king you want her to betray murdered her cousin previously. Then you'll be getting at her vulnerabilities and her thoughts, and then she will probably be more likely to do these favours for you. Now, this is all done through dialogue, of course, but it's often never the best idea to get straight to the point when you go up to someone. Maybe it's better to slowly ease into some of the more difficult things to persuade people of. So if you want someone to fight for you or go and capture a place or a person, maybe not going straight for it is the best idea. Maybe using some knowledge and intelligence to go around and find and ask the right questions in order to ease into that request. Not only is honor and revenge a good thing to prey upon when you're persuading people, but also if you you have it, money can always come in use. And this is about the barter system that has been implemented in Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. Often trying too much to persuade someone, though, can cause bad relations. If you try and push too hard, you can often come off worse than you initially intended. And an example of this, if you try and persuade someone to betray a king, but the person you're trying to persuade isn't really on your side and they don't really know you and they've actually got a lot of ties and honour to this king, you might come into a few sticky situations in the future when they eventually, inevitably reject you. But that's pretty much it for the persuasion system in Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it calmed you down, you're able just to relax, because there's too many people getting stressed about this game. And honestly, does it really matter? Thank you so much for watching, and until then, I will see you in the next one.